WTIM.
Welcome in to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Before we get going here with a great conversation, we'd like to thank the sponsors that make it all possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. We have a full studio today, all full of some great Christian County Health Department folks. We have Dr. Chad Anderson, Public Health Administrator. We have Chelsea Davis, Public Health Nurse, and Dottie Landers, WIC Clerk. Good to have all of you in the studio with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So today is all about WIC, and that's Women, Infants, and Children. That's what WIC stands for. Just kind of learned that, but we're going to break it all down today. And we got the great folks in here to really help us understand what all good things WIC does for the community. So Dottie, who do we start with? Dottie, you are the WIC Clerk. Can you get us started here with a general synopsis of the WIC program?
It is for, as you said, women, infant, and children. Women who are pregnant or postpartum breastfeeding, children 1 to 5, and infants. They get formula, nutritional food from whole wheat grains, cereal, juice, milk, eggs, all kinds of nutritional food to help them stay healthy as a child or while they're pregnant.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is providing a lot of really good opportunities for people that may be struggling financially here, and of course giving access to nutritional food, formula, and those kinds of things. Amazing. Now, are these credits to grocery stores? Do you guys have access to these products? What does that look like for people involved with WIC?
They get another thing I wanted to mention too is they do have to be income eligible.
Okay.
So and then they do get like an EBT card. So it's looks like a debit card, and they'll get a food list that tells what foods are available or that they are eligible to get. And they can go to Walmart, Kroger, and shop, for, the foods that they are eligible to get on that list.
Okay, great. Wow. So they have some choices in terms of a grocery store that they want there. And obviously they have a little bit of a pre-made grocery list for them, though. Probably makes it a little bit easier right there. And obviously the focus is on nutrition. It's on a healthy lifestyle there. How's that created? What kind of focuses are brought upon those grocery lists right there? And of course, you're thinking about women, infants, and children. So you got to get them started off right in their early years of eating, of course.
Yes.
You want to keep going on that? Or public health nurse? You see these types of lists, or do you like the things you see on that?
Yeah, absolutely. WIC helps to provide kind of an overall food pyramid, and it helps them to meal plan and figure out how to eat healthy as a family.
Okay, yeah, very important stuff right here. So you talked a little bit about income eligibility right there, EBT. Can you explain that process a little bit? What is that income eligibility?
There is guidelines as far as the income, and if they qualify for a link or a medical card, that will automatically qualify them for WIC. Otherwise, then we do have to go off like a pay scale. They would make, if they have a family of 5, their yearly income could be like $65,000. So it is kind of a good scale for a family to go off of. And then, I should have brought something like that with me. I didn't think. But they, their scale is, I'm sure they can look it up online to see what they can qualify for.
Okay, cool. And that link online is an easy to find. That WIC link, probably just search WIC out there.
WIC guidelines, income guidelines, okay. Yes.
Easy. All right, right there. We're talking about WIC, the program right now with the Christian County Health Department folks. Program for women, infants, and children. Dr. Chad Anderson, this is a really great program offered all throughout the state of Illinois.
As far as I know, it depends on the county local health department. But obviously Christian County has it, so I can't say for every health department, sure. But I would assume they all do because, we get money from the federal government to do it, and it pays for positions, and I don't know what other things you've been doing, information brochures and things for people. So be silly not for a health department to
Sure.
do it, but I don't want to say for sure because I don't know.
Of course. Have people been utilizing it within Christian County that you've seen?
Well, I think you guys are fully booked for April, or
Yes.
is it almost fully booked? So
Yes, we are booked into the third week of April
Wow.
right now.
So there's a cap here. There's a certain amount of people that can be involved with WIC.
Yes.
Okay. So it's already filled out for April, but this is you can call into the Christian County Health Department to get those details figured out.
Yes. Call if you're interested. Call, find out if you qualify. Get on the schedule because we are getting booked in advance.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. What are some of the most popular and some of the maybe things people are struggling with most out there? These women coming in for help for their infants and children. What are some of the more popular things right now that they're struggling getting?
Formula. I think if they're not breastfeeding, it's the formula. I think they usually start off with, and then I think with the economy the way it is right now, I think a lot of them, still just like to have the help with the extra food. I believe the food packages value at like $77 and higher worth of food. So that's a good help, to your grocery bill, especially the way the economy is right now.
And those funds will range based on the amount of children that you be covering.
Right.
I'm sure. So yeah, $77 is good there for probably the base.
And that's for just like a 1-year-old,
Sure.
going up from there.
That'll cover it right there. And how long is that WIC money? Is that a weekly stipend? Is it monthly?
Monthly.
Okay.
You get a new package each month, and then at the end of that month, then it re-ups, and we see them every 3 months. Like they come in for an appointment, and then they get 3 months worth of benefits, and then we see them for like a follow-up or whatever their next appointment is. So we keep in contact with them and check with them as far as like measurements and make sure that they are growing properly as well too. And that's where the nurses come in on their part of WIC.
Yeah, that monthly checkup, making sure everything's all right, and you can still be inside the WIC benefits kind of thing. You are obviously carrying those types of things out there, Chelsea Davis. Is that right?
Yes.
Awesome. So you're kind of you're working in tandem a little bit with Dottie there in terms of this WIC program. Is there anything that you see there? And you're probably happy to be giving these WICs promotions programs out to people, I'm sure.
Absolutely. We're happy to have them come in, and we weigh the babies and measure them. We do hemoglobin tests just to kind of make sure everything is going appropriately. We also weigh the mothers just to see how they're doing. And
What is a hemoglobin test?
hemoglobin is a test that they do to see if you're anemic or not.
Interesting.
And so if children are getting appropriate sources of nutrition, then they're going to have a good hemoglobin.
Okay. Well, that would be a pretty good testing spot there to see if you could apply for WIC right there. Are you getting your nutritional foods as an infant? That test right there will give you a good idea. And if they're not, you could probably have a good chance of getting involved in WIC. Of course, there are many other things that you'd have to be applied for right there, of course. But we're talking WIC right now. That's for women, infants, and children. That's what it all stands for. This WIC program offered by the Christian County Health Department. Just a really great program. We're speaking with Dottie Landers, the WIC clerk, Chelsea Davis, public health nurse, and Dr. Chad Anderson, public health administrator. We really got all the players in for WIC today. So, Dr. Anderson, any blanks you want to fill in here for the WIC program?
I don't know if Chelsea wants to talk more about, when they're in there. You also talk about if they're not up to their vaccinations, you can also do that, or you test them for lead. And, it's not just you can make it a one-stop shop.
Right.
Sort of.
We offer a lot of things for the community,
Right.
a lot of very important things, immunizations for one. That's not really along with WIC, but we offer that there at the health department. Yeah.
That's really great. You mentioned lead testing again right there, Dr. Anderson. Of course, for the homes, properties across Christian County, there's testing for that, but lead testing for the individual, the humans, that's happening at the Christian County Health Department as well.
Oh, yes. We lead test children when they go into school. When they're on Medicaid, we lead test them at 12 months and 24 months. It's really important. People shouldn't have lead in their bodies. It can cause a lot of developmental delays, speech problems, behavior problems. So we like to get them tested, and we can follow up with case management if those numbers are high, but normally they're all right.
Sure. That's one thing I've learned about from Dr. Anderson on this show is that the prevalence of lead still in some homes out there. We even learned like in old school toys, there'd be lead and random things throughout households. So that's being covered. And of course, WIC, the program for women, infants, and children being handled by the Christian County Health Department. We're set to take ourselves a short break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about WIC and some other programs offered by the Christian County Health Department. We're speaking with Dr. Chad Anderson, Public Health Administrator, Chelsea Davis, Public Health Nurse, and Dottie Landers, WIC Clerk, all with the Christian County Health Department. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to WTIM, your information station.
Your information station, WTIM.
You and your family can enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner all day, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the American Eagle Restaurant, 102 East Park in Taylorville. The food tastes like homemade because everything is made from scratch. They offer daily specials, so check the menu board when you first walk in. And on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, buy one kid's meal and get one free. Seniors, veterans, first responders, nurses, and school staff all get 10% off every day. It's becoming a Taylorville dining destination. Enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the American Eagle Restaurant, 102 East Park, Taylorville.
This is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Maybe you have your eye on a new boat or camper. At TCCU, we can help you with all of these. We offer low interest rates and generous payback periods. At TCCU, we pride ourselves in providing excellent service and personal attention. So if you are looking to make a new purchase, give TCCU a chance to earn your business. We are conveniently located in Taylorville, Hillsborough, Litchfield, and Pana. You can also find us online at tccu.org. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
If you're looking for a local, full or part-time job in Central Illinois, there's an easy place to go to find current job openings. It's IllinoisJobPost.com. That's IllinoisJobPost.com. You'll find jobs available near you. And the best part is that it's free for candidates to access 24/7. If you want a local job when you don't have to spend a lot of money on gas to get to, then you want access to IllinoisJobPost.com to check out current local job openings. That web address again is IllinoisJobPost.com. Another service from your friends at the Miller Media Group.
There's only one Central Illinois radio station that brings you the memories of the 60s and early 70s as you are cruising down the streets of your hometown. The dial position is 98.3 FM. The station is 98.3 WSVZ. From Macon to Vandalia and I-55 to I-57, cruising 98.3 plays the hits from early Elvis in the 60s to the British invasion of the Beatles, Herman's Hermits, and many more from the 1960s. Then we swing into the early half of the 1970s with artists like the Guess Who, the Doobie Brothers, and Elton John. Every song brings back something you remember about growing up. Set a button and crank up the station, playing good time rock and roll from the Tower of Power, cruising 98.3 WSVZ.
Hi, this is Carrie Ostwick, financial advisor with Edward Jones, located at 601 North Webster Street in Taylorville. To find out all the services we provide, click our icon on the obituaries page of TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
I'm Kim Bourne, CEO of Taylorville Memorial Hospital, and we're hiring experienced nurses to join our great team. Learn more by clicking on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thanks so much to the sponsors that make these conversations possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. We have the great people of the Christian County Health Department with us today. We have Dr. Chad Anderson, Public Health Administrator, Chelsea Davis, Public Health Nurse, and Dottie Landers, WIC Clerk. We've been learning all about WIC, the program for women, infants, and children. We've kind of been learning a little bit that we have a WIC nurse now with the Christian County Health Department, and a long time, or kind of a permanent WIC nurse, my goodness. And people were having to travel to Sangamon County, to Shelby County for these services, these WIC appointments, but they don't have to anymore. That's right, Chelsea?
That's right.
Awesome.
We'll see them there in office here in Christian County. We're now located at 730 North Pawnee, the
Don't
new
go to the old
building.
building.
Yeah, don't go to the old building.
All right, awesome. So like you got the new building there, you're talking WIC nurse right now, and you mentioned a lot of education can happen there because you got mothers here, probably have a lot of questions, but you're able to provide that. This is not just a WIC appointment. You're not kicking everybody out the door. They can stay for a little bit of time there if they got questions.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's really important that we provide education to these mothers. Some of them are new mothers, never had children before. So we're offering education on milestones, how to prepare formula if that's what they choose, breastfeeding support. We offer all kinds of education.
Some cool topics right there, and obviously huge ones. Talk about some milestones for infants. What do you see? What are some of those points that you have to hit as an infant? I know there's probably a few, but what comes to your mind, the things that you're telling moms that, hey, this baby is developing well?
So babies hold their head up, crawling,
Sure.
walking, talking, fine motor skills, gross motor skills. There's a lot.
Yeah, just all important things for to know for your baby, and of course to be involved with WIC, of course. So that's a really good appointment service in terms of the WIC program there. We're going to start switching gears off of WIC, but any more words that we want to get out to the listeners about the WIC program? Christian County Health Department is offering this. Anything else?
I think the impact of WIC is vital in our community. It allows for women to access all of these services, and it promotes the health and well-being of women and children in our community.
Without a doubt. Yeah, absolutely. The WIC program doing really great things, and you can get involved by contacting the Christian County Health Department and online as well, I'm sure, by searching up WIC. Right?
Mhm.
Awesome. All right, let's switch gears a little bit here. Another program offered by the Christian County Health Department. It's promoting a healthy lifestyle here, but STD and STI testing, that can be handled at the Christian County Health Department.
Absolutely, testing and treatment.
Great. Wow. Okay. So, Dr. Anderson, is this a newer service by the health department?
Yes. So IDPH had reached out to us last year asking if it was something that we would be interested in doing, because they were seeing in the local hospitals a rise in numbers. And they were worried that those are people who are, having insurance and can pay for it. So what about people who can't? So that number is probably actually a lot higher. Diana, who's our DON, and Chelsea have been working on getting the training for it, signing up with IDPH to get the equipment, the necessary things set up at the lab, because you'll send it off to the lab, and
Right.
then if it comes back, positive, we have a standing order with our medical director to be able to dispense the medication all free. So
Really great service,
Yeah.
once again, by the Christian County Health Department. STD and STI testing and treatment mentioned there by Chelsea. Really, really great service there. Anything else to make known for the community on those programs?
So the STD STI program is totally confidential. It's really important to us there that everyone in the community knows that they can come and get treatment, and nobody's going to know about that.
Absolutely. And as with all other medical type
Right.
scenarios, it's going to the confidentiality is very much valued with the Christian County Health Department, and it'll remain the same with that program and testing and treatment. And in our final 2 minutes here, we got to get a building update because we do it every single time. And we always do it because the previous location of the Christian County Health Department, it had its problems. Now at 730 North Pawnee, you guys got a really nice setup over there. Chelsea, you were not in the old building, but how are you liking this newer building?
I love the new building. I feel like it helps bring the health department together, and it really feels like a community where we help each other out.
When I got to Dr. Anderson had me in, and it was a very interesting day. I love to see it because yes, it's got a good flow about the building. You can really access everyone's offices and appointment rooms and waiting rooms. Even it's all great. Dottie, have you been enjoying the new building, and have you been in the old building?
Yes.
Okay, so you've
Yes.
seen the change. What's that been like for you?
Yes, it's very nice. The old building, it just seemed like we were all spread out, and now we're just, like you said, the flow of it is just like we're all together, and the offices are just, everybody's right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
All great things, guys. We're finally in our last minute here. It went quick on us that last segment, but Dr. Anderson, anything else you want to leave our listeners with?
No, it's always like if there's a service or a need, always call and ask. And if we start getting, seeing a trend, we'll look at trying to get those services or help. But again, if we don't know there's a problem or a need, we can't really assist you. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Call the Christian County Health Department with anything you might have questions about. That was Dr. Chad Anderson, Public Health Administrator. We also had Chelsea Davis, Public Health Nurse, and Dottie Landers, the WIC Clerk, all from the Christian County Health Department. My name is Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you all for listening.
On Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W3